Our guest today is Fladwell Rawinji, a creative strategist, innovator, and change maker shaping the African creative and youth empowerment landscape. Fladwell is the co-founder and head of strategy and innovation at Jenge Culture, a platform that empowers young creators and innovators to become courageous change makers and contribute to positive social impact across Africa. Today, he joins us to share insights on how young people can discover their purpose before they ever step into a formal job, why purpose matters for career success, and how clarity in direction fuels confidence, resilience, and long-term impact. Fladwell, welcome to the show. Our other guest is Nick Muturi, a creative director and 360 filmmaker and founder of Serious Africa, a Nairobi-based creative collection known for storytelling through film, photography, editing, and immersive content. Today, Nick joins us to talk about how young people can discover and define their purpose before their first job, why that matters for long-term career success, and how to use your creative identity as a tool for impact and growth. Nick, welcome to the show. Yay! Evil.
That can work as well.
Great. Hi, guys. It's Emmanuel Slim here. I'm very, very excited to start on this podcast. Finding purpose before your first job. I can't think of a better topic to engage because it resonates very personally to me. But most importantly, to those young people out there who really are trying to figure out life and they don't know where to start from, or they've gone far much ahead, but something just isn't clicking, And today we have a lineup of guests who are creatives. I love them so much, and I can't wait to just get into the conversation, delving deeply into, what is out there, the things that young people are struggling with. And I'm just going to give it to them. My guests, what's up, people?
Yeah, hi. It's an honor. Thank you for having us.
Karibuni sana. So this is Bridge the Gap Mentorship. Bridge the Gap Mentorship is a platform, and basically here we are giving access to young people. Basically this year we want to give 1,000 young people access to mentorship. There is no doubt that, a senior friend of mine was telling me that young people have the speed, the energy to go faster. But the older people, or rather the people who have been there, have the wisdom and depth to go further. So we need each other, and mentorship is needed so that then we have speed and depth to be able to have that stability. So, which is why I would really want to involve you guys in this conversation. But before we get into the thick of things, just let us know who you guys are. We can start.
Can go first?
Yes.
Yeah, seasoned man.
Yeah, thanks. First of all, thank you so much for having me. My name is Fladwell Rawinji. I am many things. I am a husband, a father of one. I professionally am also a design and social innovation specialist. I'm a social entrepreneur. I currently am a co-founder and head of strategy and innovation at Jenge Culture. I'm also a student. I'm a learner. I'm currently doing my master's at Leicester University in development communication. And most of all, I am a disciple of Jesus Christ. I'm born again, and I love God. I'm on the journey, and really glad to be here.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Glad to see you, and I can't wait to hear from you. Yes.
My name is Nick Muturi. First, thank you so much for having me here. I am a Christian, follower of Christ, just like Fladwell here, still on that journey of sanctification. Sometimes not easy, but we thank God for the grace. I am also many things. I am a photographer. I am a filmmaker. I am a friend, a son. And it's an honor to be here, mostly because I get to learn from Fladwell. We've had interactions here and there, but today we get to the thick of it, to the thick of things, and it's a good thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I run a production company called Serious Africa, where we offer expert consultation to just get your ideas into bespoke motion picture and principle for photography. And I've been doing this now for the last 5 years. Yes.
Awesome.
Serious.
So you guys, like, you don't have one thing that you're doing. You're all doing so many things.
Yes.
This is Nairobi, man.
Shamba la mawe.
Like, we can't do with one, and
Yeah.
it's gonna be it's gonna form a part of what we're going to discuss. But before we just get into the thick of things, I would want to read out something, and then you guys are going to tell me if this. So our topic today is finding your purpose before your first job. So, purpose or paycheck? Okay, so you're going to tell me if whatever I'm going to say, if it falls under purpose or paycheck.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay.
Higher. So, number one, taking a job you hate for 2 years to build experience. I'm going to say that again. Taking a job you hate for 2 years to build experience. Is that purpose or paycheck? Fladwell?
Well, to build experience,
Purpose.
mostly purpose.
Yeah.
Purpose. Okay.
Purpose, yeah.
Purpose.
Yeah.
Okay.
Although, I don't know, because if you hate it,
Then paycheck.
yeah.
Okay, good point. Okay, yeah.
Yeah,
So
you're
you
mostly doing it. I mean, you're not being paid, but you're probably looking.
The
to be
end
paid
justifies the means.
right.
Yeah.
Okay. Quitting a job to start a passion project. Is that purpose or paycheck? Quitting a job to start a passion project.
Again, I think for me, kind of both. It can be purpose, depending on what you're starting. It's a passion project. Assuming that you're going to be paid for it, because if there's an alignment between what your passion is and what you're paid to do, then it kind of is both.
I'm thinking most of the time, a job is what pays you, and the passion project most of the time doesn't pay you.
Sometimes, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Seeing that I quit my job to start Serious Africa,
Serious
I'd
Africa.
say purpose, and then purpose came with a paycheck.
Okay, so your passion can also be just bring the bag.
Yes.
Okay.
Depending, that's if you start understanding the business side of it.
Okay.
Yeah, there's the creative aspect,
Yeah.
then the business side of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Doing what your parents want.
Haha.
Paycheck or purpose?
Surviving.
I would just call it compliance. Like,
Yeah.
It's most likely not purpose.
Yeah.
And sometimes, it most likely is paycheck. Yeah, because there's a reason why they're asking you to do it.
Right.
True.
Yeah, and maybe it's often because there's money in there. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
Good point. So, I'm just thinking of it this way. I would want us to define purpose, but in my head, I have this very expansive way of looking at purpose, in the sense that there are things that happen in someone's life, and you didn't plan for them. You didn't. It's not like you orchestrated it. You didn't choose, but they all form as part of the general plan. So, for example, your parents, you went to campus, you did a course that your parents influenced you to do. You didn't like it, but somehow it still played a part in who you became, along the way. So, does it mean that purpose doesn't become purpose if like you didn't choose it, or you have to choose it? Fladwell.
Yeah. Thanks. I think good question. I love that question because it's kind of my story.
Yeah.
I don't know whether we'll get to define what purpose is,
Yeah.
but let me start here. I think for me it was the one that chose my course for me was not necessarily even my parents.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it may have been myself,
Mm-hmm.
but I did not get my first love.
What was
It
your first love?
So I've always been an artist, a creative,
Yeah.
growing up, and I mean, creativity can be expressed in very many ways. You can express it through photography, through fine art, etc. I love to draw. My dad was a technical person. For his initial working life, he was involved in electrical installation. So he had all this building plans
Yeah.
in the house in this what I don't know what they call them.
Yeah.
So I saw that and I loved it. I loved seeing how you draw buildings, architecture, and all that. So my first love was architecture.
Okay.
So in high school, I wanted to be an architect. I focused my studies on what it would take. I even dropped biology because I dropped biology because I mean,
Why?
yeah, like it has nothing to do with architecture. So I didn't do bio.
Yeah.
And then of course I think I did my KCSE. I passed well, not well enough to get into architecture school. With the government sponsored program.
Yeah.
If I was self-sponsored, I would have made it.
Yeah.
So then I had to go through what they call then called Joint Admissions Board.
Job.
Currently it's called Central Placement Service, something like that, CUSPS. Yeah. So we had to go through this revision. And in the revision, I think I revised twice. The initial revision, I did something related to architecture, not necessarily architecture. Then in this, I didn't get it. So in the second revision, again, something related. It's a bit distant, called urban and regional planning. So I felt that could be something close to it. And then I didn't want to. I wanted to leave a slot open. Too much detail, but. My dad didn't want me to leave it open. So he told me, weka kitu yote.
Yeah.
Put anything that you want to, that you feel, you can put there. So I put disaster management, disaster preparedness, and environmental technology.
What a disaster.
It was a disaster. Oh my goodness. So that's what they gave me.
Okay.
So it was, I was so depressed.
Okay.
Because I was sure I was going to get this urban and regional planning.
Yeah.
I didn't get it. I was called to do disaster preparedness, and I was like, so what do I do with this?
Yeah.
I had no context on how this is going to unfold for me. I'm a creative. I mean, how does creativity align with?
Yeah.
So, and then now my parents, mostly for economic reasons, insisted that I do that. I decided I don't think I'm gonna do it. Maybe I'll trust God to do something different, to focus on communication. So I had my eyes on this university to do communication, but because it was going to be self-sponsored, I couldn't explain to them how I'm going to get the money to do it. So eventually I went in to do the
disaster management.
Yeah, turned out great though.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Interesting.
Wow. That has been a journey.
Turns out it wasn't a disaster after all.
He managed it.
I like that.
Yeah.
So Nick, what is your take on that?
My journey was a bit different from Fladwell's. I think for me in school, I always knew I had a creative mind. When you start noticing that you're more interested in drama club, music, festival things, and not really football and the likes, you start realizing maybe my mind is thinking different. And for me, I paid a lot of attention in that, especially when it came to dancing. I was a very good dancer right now.
Okay.
At my age,
Okay.
my
weight.
bones
Oh my
and
God.
weight,
Gross.
my age is crying out loud like, whose knees are you moving like that? Yeah, but when I finished high school,
Yeah.
at the back of my mind, having the creative mind, I also had the security kind of side where you're like, the big careers.
Yeah.
My son is a pilot, my son is an engineer, my son is a doctor.
Yeah.
Well, there are some courses once you do, you're never referred by your first name.
Yeah.
Daktari,
Yeah.
wakili.
What?
Yeah, quick one.
Yeah.
So my mind, I had my eye on pilot. But then after my final exams in high school, I didn't do quite well to manage to do piloting. So I was called to do flight operations. But that thing is expensive. So I didn't do it for long. And I remember I just had to step out. And because I had other siblings behind me and we are not like, well off.
Yeah.
So I had to look into what am I going to do now, now that we are here. What am I going to do? So I started hustling in these Nairobi streets. At some point in my life, I have been a DJ in a club.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's new.
Hey, I didn't know that.
Leaning more towards my creative side. Yeah. I have worked for Coca-Cola. Naona wale watu wanachezanga malori. No. So when schools would have activations, we'd go and we are giving out free drinks. So you have to sort out the drinks, put some in ice, collect the chupas, put them back in the truck. I've sold clothes, just trying to make it in these Nairobi streets. And during that journey, that's when I found employment around 2019. Worked my level up to an assistant manager. But then around 2022, February, I was like, I don't think this is what I want my life to be.
Yeah.
And that's in that job, that's when I first held a camera, like a proper camera. It was a Sony. And I think that's why I'm a loyal Sony fan. I love Sony. And that's when I think for me it clicked that actually this is something that I should pursue head on.
Right.
But then I was naive because when I quit my job, I was like, there are so many opportunities waiting for me out here. So many clients.
Yeah.
I only to come and find out that no one is waiting for you, bro.
Ground
Only
is
problems. So like Fladwell, I didn't quite manage that disaster well.
Yeah.
And it took me back to my mother's parents. But then during that process of moving, I discovered Jenge culture. It's nice to see that the founder is sitting right next to me.
Okay.
Yeah. And through that initiative, I got people who mentored me, including one of my producers who is a former lecturer at ADMI. His name is Thomas Bundi, a very, very amazing mind. He has taught me a lot. We've worked on a few films with him. And Walid Kilonzi, founder of Fallowhide, he's an amazing, amazing mind. Yeah, he's an amazing mentor. And I think now coming back to define purpose, I think through this journey and these processes, I have now kind of like still streamlining the definition of purpose, but getting closer to that. And so far the journey continues. Still learning. Right now I'm doing a course by the California Institute of the Arts on filmmaking. And I have done a few more courses. And also, you gotta have mentors, man.
Yeah.
They help you a lot when it comes to, especially seasoned,
Yeah.
because they help you when it comes to decision making and the risks to take and those to avoid.
Yeah.
Totally.
I'm thinking of someone who is about to go on a journey, or let's say like you want to travel through the ocean and you do not know where the next side of the land is. So you need someone to help you navigate. So if you do not have someone to help you navigate, then it looks like an uphill task to do, because you really can't figure out where to go. So if I can look back at, for example, what and we're just trying to define what purpose is in this point. One of the teachers I listen to is Dr. Miles Monroe, and he says that purpose is the original intention for why something was created. If you look at a manufacturer, I work in a manufacturing company, and when you have a client coming in, they give you an idea of what they want, but then you come up with your own concept. You draft and craft this thing, and you bring it to life, and you give the person a manual for how this thing will work. And that manual is what is supposed to guide how this thing will function. So that, for me, that's how I would define purpose. Like, if I look at my existence as a human being, there is something that I'm supposed to do, or there's someone I'm supposed to become. And as I live, I should constantly be trying to live out that which I was called or born to be. Now, life is very dynamic. Like you guys have said, particularly in your career, and there could be other factors as well. Your spiritual lives, this is your career. There's also the aspect of your, social life, the people you meet along the way. There are people who met in high school and they fell in love and they've gone all the way.
Yeah.
There are people who are
Lucky
still
them.
trying to figure out the streets is not doing them any good. There are all those aspects in business. There are people who probably lost their parents when they're very young, and they had to figure out life somehow. So it's very dynamic for everyone, So, but principles, we want to give people principles. What are those? What is that definition that you would give to someone for what purpose is? And particularly that high schooler or campus leaver or just that young person who wants to figure out, who am I and what was I born to do?
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So it's a heavy loaded question.
Yeah.
Before I answer that question, I loved what you said about an ocean,
Yeah.
and that's usually what life is. I think navigating in an ocean is sometimes very scary. If you don't have whatever you want to call it, a compass,
Yeah.
because
Navigation system.
you get to a point within the ocean where all around you is water, and if you don't have your guiding or even that North Star that is guiding you, that this is the direction I need to be going, you may find yourself going round and round.
Yeah.
And the flip side is deserts. Okay, that's how it works. So you find yourself going round and round because, again, deserts, there are no paths that are defined in deserts. There's sand, and that sand is driven by wind. So today you pass this place and the sand looks like this is a dune, and then the next day it's a different shape.
Yeah.
So you may think that I've been here before, but that's not the case.
Yeah.
So such is life. So you've asked about what purpose is. So first of all, the short way I would define it is that it's your reason for being, and I think that's what you just said. But if I was to break it down further, reason for being. So I mean, we are all human beings. So we are a peculiar type of being. We're not animals. And so there's a reason why human beings exist. Okay, so that's number one. But then each of us as human beings has a specific reason for being. Okay, and it's the reason why I am different from both of you. It's the reason why I'm taller than both of you.
Shots fired. Shots.
We are just down to earth.
I mean-
we are down to earth.
I mean, it
So
could
we
be
look
that
up-
my purpose.
So we look up to you.
Yeah, exactly. So, so I mean, my purpose has to do with a bit of my height as well. But anyway, so there are things about me that give me a clue, right, as to what my purpose is, right? Because as you say, I mean, you work in a manufacturing company, and so imagine you design products that you then got to manufacture. So when you're designing anything, if I'm designing this bottle or whatever you want to call it, thermos, I have to ask myself what do I want to use it for,
Right.
so that then I design it for that purpose.
Right.
I probably don't necessarily need a handle for this because of how it's going to be used, where it's going to be used, right? And so, who defines the purpose of a thing? It's the designer, right? The person who brings it into being. And in our case, I would like to call that God.
Yeah.
Because he's the one that had the idea to create a human being.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, if I read my Bible, I'm able to then see from the book of Genesis that God created the heavens and the earth, and he saw that it was good. And then on the sixth day, he looked and said, "Let us make man in our image and likeness." Right?
Yeah.
And there's a reason why that was the case. He had already created the rest of creation, the non-human creation, from the earth, the land, the sea, and all that. And so he created man. Part of what we read from the Bible is that he gave man a purpose to dominate, to take care, right, to become a steward of what he had created. And so at the core of the purpose of a human being, generally speaking, I'd say it's taking care of creation. But it's not just about taking care. I was writing some notes about what this is. It's not just about taking care. It's towards a particular mission. What does God want after all is said and done?
Yeah.
So there's my purpose towards creation, the non-human creation, and then there's my purpose towards human creation, people. Okay, and I believe it has to do with impact, right? God wants us to create impact, whether to the non-human creation or to the human creation. And for you to achieve that impact, there's how you are modeled to achieve impact, and there are different spheres of impact. So, for example, there's a reason why I was created a Kenyan, right? So it must mean that God has a purpose for me in Kenya, right? I doubt God would make me a Kenyan and put me here my entire life if he wants me to do something in Indonesia.
Facts.
Right? Yeah. And so there's a reason why I am here. So if I find myself in this podcast studio, there's a reason why I am here.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's part of purpose.
Yeah.
So there's the lifetime purpose that we tend to have. That, for example, God, when God thought about Slim or Sirius, this was his idea. I'm bringing Sirius to the world, and this is the lifetime he's going to have. He's going to live for 80 years.
Yeah.
In this period of 80 years, this is what I want him to have accomplished.
But that seems like a very, don't you see, it's this big picture, and somehow I'm just in there. So most people are trying to figure out, so if someone knows who I'm supposed to become, how do I find that? It looks like it's a mystery. How am I supposed to identify that? And not even particularly relating to, because so many people define themselves with their career, like with their jobs. You know? But how do I create impact? Like in my job, nawezaje create impact kwa mjengo? Nawezaje create impact nikiuza mayai? Get hii mayai nauza, is it my purpose? You know? And before I even like go into that, how do I figure out this purpose thing?
Okay.
Yeah.
So
do I have to be in touch with God, or I can be out of touch and still figure it out?
Yeah, I mean, it helps to go back to the designer.
Okay.
To know why. I was designed the way I was designed, and why I was designed, why I was brought here, put in this context. I mean that's the surest way to do it.
Yeah.
So here's the thing. We've used the word design a lot. I mean, we're creatives, we understand what design means. But I think one of the books on purpose that I would recommend for any young person, if you get in touch with it, I think actually there are two books. There's one called by Rick Warren called Purpose Driven Life.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's an amazing book by Rick Warren. And then the second book is called Ikigai. So in my journey, those are the two books. I haven't read Ikigai. I have consumed the idea of Ikigai, but I've read Purpose Driven Life. So Purpose Driven Life presents a framework for you to have a clue of your purpose. So how it works is that it presents this framework called SHAPE. It's an acronym, SHAPE. In full, it means spiritual gifts. So meaning, what are your gifts, right?
Yeah.
In that Christian context, you're looking at spiritual gifts, but generally speaking, what are those things that you don't find it difficult to do?
Right.
That's your gift.
Yeah.
Right. If you give me a pencil and a paper to draw, I don't struggle.
Yeah.
It's my gift.
Yeah.
Someone else would have to go to school to learn. That's fine. But then for me, I mean, I have a special grace, if you want to call it that.
Right.
Then there's H, your heart. What are your passions, right? What is in your heart? Your passion could be for social issues. I know myself, I'm very, very passionate about economic resilience, socioeconomic prosperity, especially for young people. That is where my heart really is. So God has put that in my heart for a reason. Okay, and that then means that my purpose is kind of aligned to that.
Yeah.
Right. Because if I don't have a passion for example, treating people, and then I find myself a doctor,
Gross.
tutasumbuana hapo.
They are cooked.
He go give you treatments.
Yeah, you've met all these nurses who are so nasty.
Wow.
Yeah.
They have no passion for the work that they do. Right. So there's heart, and then A is for abilities. So what are those skills that you have? And skills can also be learned, right? A bit of A could also mean knowledge, the things that you know. So those are your abilities. Then P is your personality, right? So we are all different. I mean, I'm primarily introverted, although I've found ways to have extroverted, depending on the context.
Tabidi.
Yeah. So personality is a big thing. I actually tell people, whenever you are getting into career, one of the personality tests you need to do, there's one called 16 personalities test. I've done it before. I myself, I'm an INFJ. They call it the advocate. And it's a free test you can do online. It's called 16 personalities test. It even gives you a breakdown. It's like looking at the mirror, and it tells you this is the kind of person you are. After you've answered all these questions, this is the kind of person you are. This is where you thrive. This is the kind of person you are in relationships. This is the kind of person you are in the workplace. This is the kind of career that tends to work for you. And these are the type of people that are well known in the world that are like you, right? That you kind of get a picture. Yeah. So your personality is different. I mean, if you can be a sanguine, choleric, etc. And all of this have to do with what you're designed to achieve on earth. Then the last E is experiences. So your past experiences have a bearing on who you are supposed to be and what you're supposed to do, because God kind of guides you through life. Life is never linear. Okay? He takes you through experiences. And there's a reason why. I'm here talking to you guys about this whole purpose thing and all that. And it's because of the experiences that I've been able to get,
Yeah.
right? I'm going to share my experiences here, and it's going to help someone, someone out there. And so the specific experiences that I go through help me to be shaped,
Yeah.
for what I'm going to achieve.
True.
And experiences also has to do with the context within which you're placed.
Yeah.
It can be geographical context. I'm in Kenya, I'm in Nairobi, etc. It can be workplace context. It can be your family context.
Yeah.
Right? Why was I born in the family I was born in? For example, I have 4 other brothers. I don't have a sister. There must be a reason for that.
True.
Right? So all of these are different experiences that I get in school. Right? Which schools did I go to? And my experience there. That kind of gives me a clue,
Yeah.
to show, this why, I have been created. This is why I'm here.
Yeah.
So once you have all of that, you kind of then are able to make connections.
Yeah.
This is when Ikigai comes in. You are then able to see, it has, 4 different dimensions.
Yeah.
So number 1 is what you love to do. Number 2 is what you are good at. That's different. Number 3 is what you're paid for. And then number 4 is what? I'm trying to remember. What you're paid for, what you're good at, what...
It's okay.
Yeah. So that those four areas.
Yeah.
That if you find alignment,
Yeah.
then you found your ikigai.
Your purpose, basically.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah.
Okay. That's a good analogy to like sum it up. I've never looked at it that way, but I feel like if you can use that, you can really like define it vizuri. I want to run you guys through something. I want to ask you these questions, yeah? I think of your lives as a movie. So, yeah, you guys watch movies, right? I hope I have the right audience. So, what would your movie title be at 18?
At 18.
At 18?
Yes. Nick.
At 18? Hey. I'm old now, so I'm... Okay, not as old as Fladwell. But
Bro.
I'm trying to see at 18... Does it have to be an existing movie title?
No.
Or I can come up with mine?
Come up with your own, yeah.
The day I'll never forget.
Does curiosity kill the cat?
Okay.
Yeah.
At 18, okay.
Yeah.
Fladwell.
Oh my goodness. So I'm trying to remember where I was at 18. So I think I was just finishing high school. Yeah, I mean, interesting. Jungle Book.
Okay.
Interesting.
Tuonana nyuma ya tent niulize.
To unpack.
Yeah. I think for me it would have been, it was a turning point. I don't know whether to give it the other side of the story or the other side. Let me say The Fugitive.
Escape from Sobibo.
Bro.
Reddington himself.
Reddington.
Kuna vitu.
Piga story.
Sasa wewe ndo tutakuona nyuma ya tent.
Mimi ndio I'm available at a fee. Yeah. I'll ask you this other question. So let me just clarify. So what would your movie title be now? So that was at 18. So what about now? What would your movie title be?
I mean, for me, I'd still call it Jungle Book. However,
with a taste of Jurassic Park.
Yeah. Do I call it Jurassic Park? Which movie is this? That
is it an adventure like or?
Yeah, it's adventure like.
With the jungle setting.
Yeah, jungle setting.
Tarzan.
King Kong.
No. This one where they get into a jungle. This Kevin Kevin Hart and
Oh,
Jumanji.
Jumanji.
Yes.
Ah, yes.
Yes, I
Oh,
think
wow.
it can be a bit of Jumanji now, because I think there's a lot of discovery
Yeah.
I've already found
Yeah.
in this jungle. I'm not yet there
Okay.
in achieving, or rather finding the treasure,
Mm.
but I'm in this.
Winge quite eggshell.
Yeah, I'm in the jungle. I have discovered a couple of things.
How many lives do you have left? Because in Jumanji they have like 3 or so.
Yeah, good one. I think I kind of nimetoa moja. Nimetoa moja. I'm back to this game.
Okay.
But you see, the idea of Jumanji, which is interesting, is that with every life you lose, you come back smarter.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Now you
So-
know what not to do.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I'm a bit smarter in certain areas. Probably I've ticked two already. Out of
3.
Out of
Out of
three.
3. So you have 1 remaining.
yeah.
Anymore.
Yeah, man, this one now. Yeah, so like now I have to focus.
Right.
Yeah, I have to focus, and yeah, I'm in my late 30s now. So
Damn.
so I can't just do everything right now.
Right.
I have to focus. I know what I want to achieve.
Yeah.
So sasa ni moja.
Okay.
Yeah.
And Nick.
For me, I'd say my title now would be Curiosity Might Kill the Cat.
Stop being smart with
No.
words, bana.
No, like I'm saying that because I'd say for me to get where I am right now,
Yeah.
it's been through curiosity and audacity.
Okay.
Because the people I've come across, case study Walid Kilonzi, he runs an XR company. When we met 4 years ago, I knew nothing about XR.
Yeah.
That is VR, MR, and AR.
Yeah.
But right now, in his company, I'm a 360 film director. So, and that has come through curiosity and audacity.
Yeah.
So I'd say I'm still in this journey of learning whether curiosity might actually kill the cat. I say that because there are things about me that I used to have an interest in, but over time I've like lost interest in because I'm still trying, or rather in this journey of purpose. What
Yeah.
am I really, what is it that God really wants me to do?
Yeah.
Apart from worshiping him and being a faithful Christian,
Yeah.
what is it that he wanted for me to fulfill in this world before he calls me home?
Yeah.
So I'd say, that will be my, I wouldn't say I'm in my late 20s because I'm not.
You sure you wanna,
Almost.
Are you sure you want to go there?
Periphery. But yeah, I'd say curiosity might kill the cat because there are things about me that have truly died
Yeah.
when it comes to properly aligning with this purpose that God has called me to pursue.
Okay. Fair enough.
Yourself?
I'm going
Are you still a fugitive?
Wow. Plot twist. Plot twist. I think I would say right now the boy with the father's heart.
Okay.
Heart as in heart or heart as in heart?
Chill, man.
No, we are creatives. You have to be specific.
Kind of both.
Okay, fine.
Kinda
So
both.
the boy with the father's heart of this one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I think my primary focus right now is to be a better human being in everything. I want to be that young, but you know how the kingdom of God talks about children. So children, there's a way you can punish them, but they won't hold a grudge. You can promise.
They may hold a short-lived.
Yeah, short-lived. Yeah, it just
Coming from a father.
experience. Yeah. At the same time, there's something that fathers have where they always want to give people space. I think I'm at a space where I am so invested in just giving people space to find light to shine. Yeah. In everything that I do. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
We're glad.
Yes. So, something else. So, there's a young guy who is in his house, or probably he's not in his house. He's in his parents' house or her parents' house. They are terrified at the thought of going out there because there's that fear of what if I don't make it. So, just talk us through how you get to that point of you understand what you need to do first to find your purpose. Now we've already defined that, so what next now? And now within that job space, like, how is purpose important within that job space?
How is purpose important in careers?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
The workplace. I would say that your purpose is your true north. I think we talked about the compass.
Yeah.
The guiding star.
Yes, the guiding star. It helps because without having that clarity, and it's difficult to always get very 100% clarity, because purpose is not this one thing that you have to do in your lifetime. It's also contextual. There's a purpose that I have in a particular workplace or in a particular institution of learning. So it's also contextual in many ways. So having said that, without it, you may find yourself getting lost.
Yeah.
Right? Like in an ocean or in a desert.
Yeah.
You may find yourself getting lost because there's a lot of options.
Yeah.
Right?
True.
It's for me, I talk about a jungle. There are so many pathways in a jungle, and if you don't know which one to use, you'll find yourself, going over a cliff or something.
Yeah.
Right. And so it helps to provide that true north, and it also helps you not to waste time.
Yeah.
Okay, because I mean, all of us have very limited time on earth.
Yeah.
So what do you do with your time?
Speaking of that, there's this common statement that people say, life is short, enjoy it fully. And while there's a part of that I agree with, but there's the side of it that I don't agree with in terms of, like, people tend to mess up their early years thinking that
you only live once.
Yeah. So the opportunities I have, I squander it just because life is short.
Yeah.
So where does that sense of responsibility come in now? Yeah, so that you don't mess up.
Yeah. I think once if you're able to have an idea, a sense of direction. It may not be very, very clear, but at least I know. For example, I'm headed north.
Yeah.
I may not know exactly where, but I'm headed north. I'm headed east. Then you are able to have guardrails.
Yeah.
Right. So you don't have to do everything. Okay. And the beauty of it again is that God also will open opportunities, and you'll know which opportunities to pick, also which friends to keep.
Yeah.
Right. Which I'm glad that you're doing a course in film right now. There's so many courses online, but you've focused on film. So that helps you to actually work towards your purpose and not work elsewhere, because again, getting your way back will cost you.
Right.
I know that is still very conceptual. It's not very practical, but I don't know whether you have a different.
I think for me, what I would say is getting that clarity. First, write down what you might want to achieve, because as Fladwell said, it will guide you towards a specific goal.
Right.
You're not just doing things for the sake of doing things. For instance, myself, I knew I wanted to tell stories. I didn't know whether to use motion picture or principal photography.
Yeah.
But I knew these two build towards me telling a story.
True.
So you have to have a clear set of, this is my goal. I don't know how I'm going to get there, but I know what not to do and what to do
There's
to
a
get
structure.
there. There's a structure.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then there's a system.
Yeah.
There's a reason why I'm not doing right now social media management.
Yeah.
That's not my interest. My interest is in film.
Yeah.
And through film, I get to tell the stories.
Yeah.
Now back to my goal,
Yeah.
telling stories.
Yeah.
So it guides you in
Yeah.
a way. and then be curious.
Yeah.
Don't be those people who always ask themselves, what if I?
Yeah.
What if I?
Yeah.
Just be curious, You hear there's a workshop somewhere about maybe your interests. Go, make connections, learn a few things. If you hear there's a webinar happening somewhere, join it. If you spot a specific person who you look up to and they're kind of like living your goal, talk to them. The worst answer you can get is a no. If you get a no, look for another person.
Destiny constant but move regardless.
Destiny constant, but it helps you get as God guides you to that one person who God meant for you to be connected to, so that they can help you get closer to your goal. And don't be anxious. Philippians 4:6, to be honest. Many other times when your mind, when you're in your mind constantly, especially, I've been home and I didn't know this is where I want to go, but I don't know how to get there. And I was in my mind constantly. I remember one time my mom asked me, na hii kitu yako unaonaga ni kama and I was so much in my mind and I was so anxious. I was like, hata mi sioni ni kama. So just be wary of those types of conversations that might seem to derail you from getting to that goal. And there will be many people who will advise you against it because the vision is, you're the vision bearer. So I can't see your vision. So you know where you want to get. I know where Sirius wants to get. So you can't see the vision I have for Sirius. So if you have that vision, be curious and just run towards it.
Something Bishop Jake says is that sometimes when you don't have clarity, just go into it. It might not be the thing, but it might lead you to the thing.
Actually, good that you say that, and I actually wanted to add something to what you said. Sometimes you'll get what you think it's a detour, or it's not aligned to what you believe your purpose is. But the beauty of it is that you're not the master planner. You're not the designer, right? So God is moving the pieces on the board. So if you trust Him, things will align eventually. I graduated with my disaster preparedness degree. I'm currently doing something called development communication, and there's an alignment. So it's combining communication and disaster preparedness, environmental technology in a way. So I'm able to understand both worlds. It taught me to think both with my science brain, with my artistic brain, right? So I'm kind of having that balanced perspective to things and to life. So at the end of the day, things will align. Just trust God, and I think this is the beauty of just also finding a way to constantly seek God, and seek His guidance at every step of the way. You may find yourself here. You thought you'd be here, and you feel like there's a delay, but then there's no delay. This is an experience that you need, so that then you're able to follow there.
I think just to add on seeking guidance, I love what one of my pastors at my church said. He said that the road to peace is paved by prayer. So always seek God in prayer. When you even when you're there, when you might feel like, I'm leaving the goal. Seek Him. Let Him give you wisdom, lest you fall and be proud. I'm here because I'm smart. I'm successful now. What you gonna do? You will fall, bro.
What you gonna do? What you gonna do when they come for you? That was from Bad Boys.
Yes.
Okay. Right. So thank you so much, guys. I think there is a lot of light to shed in still for our young audience. And along the way, you're going to find so many things that, don't look like it. So you could have this picture in mind, but I click. There are things that happen. Everything, the Bible says, everything happens for the good of those that love the Lord, whether it's bad or good. So it's all part of the plan. So this month, we're going to have a workshop where we're going to have this conversation in depth. with our mentors, and we want to give you that opportunity to figure out what your purpose is. Maybe you're somewhere stuck in life, or you could have gone far much ahead and you're looking back at wasted years, and probably would want to know what is it that, you know, you're not feeling that kind of fulfillment to, you know, what is it that I was actually born to be and do. We're going to give you that platform and access, and have this conversation. Eventually, we want you to have that clarity, because you're going to have the impact that you were originally intended to have, when you have that clarity. So thank you so much, guys, for
Thank you.
being
Thank you.
part of this. And it was an awesome conversation. I think we should have this more often.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. I learned a lot
Hey,
Yeah.
kwanza,
these months.
kuna notes nimechukua. Yeah. Good stuff.
Yeah.
Good
Thank
stuff.
you. Thank you for having us. Yeah, I think this is an important discussion
Yeah.
that I think many young people need to reflect on.
Yeah.
Early on, of course, it's an advantage
Yeah.
when you are clear about where you want to go, what you want to achieve. You definitely are at an advantage.
Right.
You can learn it later in life, but of course, sometimes you find that you've wasted many years. So,
Yeah.
so really good that you brought this up right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I probably wouldn't have been a DJ if I got this kind of conversation earlier.
You're still curious.
I'm still curious, bro.
Go on purpose, man.
Niko on purpose. Njia.
Yeah, asante sana.
So
Thank you
man.
so much.
God bless.
Thank you.
Is a wrap.